I with today?
Danielle Rose Russel.
Now we have Legacies coming up. Tell us more about the show.
It is a show that stands apart from the Vampire Diaries and the originals. You don't have to have watched either show to understand it, but it definitely is so rooted in that universe.
Do you have any funny stories working with the cast?
So many, but we'd be here all day if I told you any of them.
Can you tell me one?
We all basically live together because we're together all the time, and so we're always at each other's apartments. So we basically just veg out together and like yell all the time and just get all of our emotion out to each other. It's not really a funny story in particular, but that's our dynamic.
What can you tell us about your character?
She is navigating adolescence and young adulthood for the first time, trying to be normal while still dealing with her supernatural abilities and the things that have happened to her in season 5 of the originals. So you'll see her begin to struggle with that, but also come into her own, apart from the Michelson family.
Now, for everyone who's not watched the Vampire Diaries, what can you tell them to look forward to for Legacies?
You'll still have the same romance and sex appeal and drama that the Vampire Diaries had, but you will get a bit of humor and lightness to the show that was not present there.
Now, since we're at New York Comic Con, are you enjoying the show so far?
I am. It's fun.
Have you been avoiding the crowds?
Trying to. I love meeting fans, but it's good. We kind of get to avoid all the crowds. It's a little intimidating.
Now, you have done a lot of roles in movies and TVs for the last few years. Can you say this is your most prominent role right now?
I can definitely attest to the fact that this is my most prominent role. There's a very passionate fan base attached to this universe, which I had no idea going into it, but now it's a whole new world that I'm stepping into, and I am also trying to figure out how to navigate it. So.
Now, what was the most weirdest gift you've ever received from a fan?
The weirdest gift? I've gotten some really weird fan letters, but like there's this one fan letter that like this person made origami, like dozens of origami thing, and sent them to me, and they were beautiful, but it was like took a lot of time. So I guess that was like the strangest gift I've ever received.
Is it all still in your room?
It's in, yeah, I have a lot of them in my room on set.
Where can everyone follow you on your social media handles?
You can follow me at Danielle Rose Russel on Instagram and at It's Danielle Russ on Twitter.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, so thank you.
Legacies.
Welcome.
Davis, Alaric Legacies.
How you doing, Matt? For you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, tell us about your role in the show.
I play Alaric Saltzman. You may be familiar with him if you're a fan of the Vampire Diaries, and so we are caught up now in the future of Mystic Falls. Alaric is the headmaster of the Salvatore School for the supernaturally gifted. The show opens up with us introducing a whole slew of new characters within this new environment of the school. And from there, it sets in motion a series of events that bring to Mystic Falls a lot of bad guys, that galvanizes the school in a way to try and protect what's coming their way.
Do you have any funny stories working with the cast?
Funny stories working with the cast? I mean, I don't know if they're funny ha-ha stories, but they're the kind of stories where like, oh, we grew up watching Vampire Diaries, we loved the Vampire Diaries, we were fans of the Vampire Diaries, and along the way wanted to become actors and were inspired to become actors, and now we're on Legacies. And so it's when you realize you've been playing a character for so long that's been touching generations of people all along the way, it's trippy when these kids who watch the show when they're 10 are now like acting in it when they're 18, 20, 24. So that's, to me, amusing.
What is the strangest gift you ever received from a fan?
What's that? The strangest gift?
That you ever received from a fan?
Oh, I haven't gotten a strange gift from fans. I usually get really beautiful, thoughtful things from fans. You know, drawings, sort of artifacts relative to the show. Usually sweet gifts. I haven't gotten anything strange. Yeah.
Oh my God. So tell us about the first episode of the show.
Okay, so the episode of the show opens up with Alaric and Hope engaged in a sort of like fiery action sequence where we're wrangling, or I don't want to spoil it because it's a really great opening, but basically the show introduces the school, introduces all these new characters. You'll see his daughters Josie and Lizzie, who are now grown. So you'll see their distinct personalities, and you'll see that they have a relationship to Hope that's got all kinds of tension and friction. And then you'll see just the relationship of vampires, werewolves, and witches coexisting in sort of like a, you know, a preparatory school for, you know, for the supernatural.
Did you ever think this show was going to be made after the good reception of the Vampire Diaries?
I mean, I had no idea. I know they had talked about it. I know they had talked about it. There were rumors flying about the show when Vampire Diaries was coming to an end. But you know, I'm cynical enough with the business that until you're actually on the ground shooting, who knows? Because making a television show, getting anything off the ground is nothing short of a miracle. And so, but here we are, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Julie asked me to be a part of it. I accepted, and I think we're telling a really great show. Yeah, I think the fans are gonna love it.
My final question to you is, what was your favorite scene that you shooted for this season?
My favorite season, well, episode 6 has been my favorite episode. It's going to be a deeply emotional, very, very poignant episode, and I really like what we did. So I think keep your eyes peeled for episode 6.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Man, my pleasure. Thank you.
Right here with me. Tell the world how you're doing.
Man, I feel so good. It's a great time. Yeah.
I first saw you in the movie 10 years ago, and now you are here on Legacies. Tell the world how that feels.
Wait, what did you just say? Hold on, I wanted to hear what you just said.
I first saw you in the movie 10 years ago.
10 years ago? What movie was I in 10 years ago? Alright, but no, Legacies is a really dope time. I really enjoy shooting the show here. And it's dope. It's a fun experience.
So tell us about your character.
MG is what I've been saying is he's a kid with a really pure heart. You know what I mean? And then he's also a vampire, so it's kind of hard to balance being a vampire and then having a pure heart, and it kind of dips off on the naive side a little bit. You know?
Now, what can you tell fans who have not seen the Vampire Diaries yet about the show?
The first thing that I'll tell you is, you know, you don't really have to know anything about Vampire Diaries or the originals to be a fan of Legacies. It definitely has a solid base in those shows, so you know those fans will have something to eat here. You know what I mean? But we'll have enough to provide for you to be a new coming fan. You know what I mean?
Do you have any funny stories working with the cast?
Any funny stories? I made a bet with Arya that on the episode, while we're filming episode 10, if I beat him in a game of chess, he has to give me $200, and he also has to take me out to dinner. And you know, if I lose, then I have to take him out. But I get infinite tries throughout a week, and if he loses once, he loses forever. You know what I mean? So
how did that chess game go?
We're not there yet. We haven't filmed 10 yet. But the thing is, he has a tattoo of a chess piece on his arm. So he's good at chess, and I just learned how to play because he taught me how to play. So it's not looking too bright for me, but if I win, I get dinner, so it's a good time.
We all need a free dinner.
Yeah, dinner's great.
Now, what's your favorite episode that you filmed so far?
Favorite episode? Favorite episode would have to be, I'd say 6. Yeah, look out for 6.
Oh yeah, go.
Matthew told me about that a few minutes ago. So what can you tell us about 6 without being too spoiler?
Yeah. 6 is 6 is a time where a lot of things come to fruition. You know what I mean? That's what I yeah, I think that's all I'll say about that. The things that make me feel about 6 are very specific, and I can't release that information yet. So.
All right. So where can fans follow you on your social media?
Man, my name everywhere is just Quincy Fouse. So.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah. Instagram? I'm not too active on my Facebook stuff. I'm pretty sure if you search Quincy Fouse on Facebook, you'll find something come up. Oh my! Is that? Is that Quincy Fouse? Oh my goodness, girl, you bad, girl. Where you get this from? You looking good? I mean, what can I say? Nothing but the best. You feel me? Nothing but the best. You know?
We hate each other.
Honestly, she's the worst.
Why do you two hate each other?
Because we're roommates.
Yeah, there you go. So, foul.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I guess that's another funny story. Thank you for joining on.
Yes, sir. Peace.
New York Comic Con. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Now, what can you tell us about Legacies?
Legacies is a really exciting, fun new show. It's about a magical boarding school and all of the people who go to it, which includes witches, vampires, werewolves, and the dynamics that they all have with each other and with the magical universe.
Now, tell us about your character.
So I play Lizzie Saltzman. She's one half of the Saltzman twin duo, and I am Alaric Saltzman's daughter. So he's the headmaster of the school, and I'm a witch. And she has some very strong emotions, and she likes to show how she's feeling. So she's been a really fun, awesome character to play, and I can't wait for the fans to see her.
Now, what got you into the motive for character every time you do our scenes?
Ooh, when I get into Lizzie, it's a place of sort of reactivity, and when I work with other actors, that's really what takes me there. But yeah, it's just knowing how sensitive she is, how vulnerable she is, her experience with the world and how to deal with those feelings.
Now, are you enjoying the show here at New York Comic Con?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Are you enjoying the show here at New York Comic Con?
I am, yeah. This is my first time at any Comic Con. So
this is your first?
It's been really exciting.
What's the best thing you've seen here so far?
Oh, the fans. I mean, it was wonderful to see the fans' reaction to the first episode and how enthusiastic everyone is, and just everybody smiling up at you and like really, wanting to support.
What is the weirdest gift you ever received from a fan?
Gift?
The weirdest.
The weirdest gift I've ever received.
It's okay, you have a lot going on.
Wow. I'm just drawing a blank. I once got a shoe brush from a friend because he told me that my shoes needed to be like cleaner and more shiny. And I actually still have it, and I thought about it the other day. I was like, thank goodness for this shoe brush.
Oh my god, I'm gonna remember this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's a random one, right?
Now, what's your favorite episode you've filmed so far?
Oh, I loved episode 3. I think it's a really fun episode. Lizzie's got some great stuff in it. The creature that's in it is very exciting.
Everyone here said it was episode 6. You're the first to say 3. What can you tell us about the 3rd episode without giving too much away?
Yeah, it's hard. There's I can't tell anything that I want to. Yeah, I think just for me, it's fun to explore some new dynamics within the relationships of the show. 6 is also great. There's an amazing party in 6 that I love as well.
Where can everyone follow you on social media?
So I am Jenna Ruski on Instagram, and then I have Twitter. It's Jenny Elboyd22.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
You are welcome.
Great.